Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Jamie, aka Riek here, bringing you another Pandaria Talents video. This time we're going to be on the Rogue, and again this is a class I don't know much about, so there's going to be a few of these. The last one is going to be Warlock, because I don't know anything about Warlocks. I've got a level 51, I like Destro, but that's it, that's my knowledge of Warlocks. The rotation is like balls to the wall crazy, apparently, so you know, I haven't really got that leveled up, and Rogues is the same. I've only got level 51, so I'm not too sure on all their abilities yet. So, and the other one was Priest, I believe, that I don't know much about. So, yeah, let's get on with this. Start with level 15 talents. We're going to start with Night Stalker. Increases your speed while stealthed by 20%. I'm pretty sure that's in the game already. I think it's under the subtlety tree, as far as I know. It's a pretty cool talent. Obviously, you walk quite slowly when you're stealthed as standard, so that's not too good. But with Night Stalker, it's a little bit better. So, next one, Subterfuge. Is that how you say that? I'm gonna go with that. Your stealth breaks 3 seconds after dealing or receiving damage, rather than doing so immediately. I don't know what the I suppose you can get a bit more damage out before it breaks, which is quite cool, I suppose. If you can do a little bit more damage before they actually know where you are. It's a bit gay, because I don't really like rogues that much. I mean, for PvE, they're perfectly fine. I agree with them, they're awesome. But for PvP, they are fucking annoying. If you play any other class, maybe a druid, because they are quite similar. But if you play any other class, they are really annoying. Especially casters and hunters. They're so annoying as hunter. But Holy Paladin, they're fine. They can come at me all day long. I can just heal through it. It was funny, I was kiting this rogue around for about 10 minutes in a battleground the other day. I should have recorded it because it was hilarious. He was just kept vanishing and then reopening on me, and he just couldn't kill me. It was so funny. But yeah, I didn't record that, so you're never going to see that. It might happen again, because it does happen quite often. Anyway, Shadow Focus. Abilities no longer cost energy while you are stealth. That is awesome. That, for me, it stands out like way above the rest. Because, you know, you open a lot with stealth stuff, so, you know, they normally cost quite a lot. I think it's like about 40 energy or something like that for, what is it? Oh, I can't even remember what it's called now. Is it Backstab or something? No, Ambush. That's it, Ambush. Right. Ambush is quite expensive, and you always open with that. So, if you had this, then you could just go into spamming like Mutilates or whatever straight after, and that would be awesome. So, yeah, big thumbs up for that talent, because that is quite cool. Level 30 stuff. Deadly Throw. Finishing move that interrupts spellcasting and reduces movement speed of the target by 50% for 6 seconds. Damage dealt. 1 point is 437 to 483 damage, 2 points is 714 to 760 damage, 3 points is 991 to 1037 damage, 4 points is 1268 to 1314 damage, 5 points is 1545 to 1591 damage. So that is a pretty awesome finishing move, because it interrupts spellcasting, obviously it says that, and reduces their movement speed and does damage. So it's like a triple threat. That is pretty awesome. So I could see myself using that. That'd be quite nice. We'll go on to the next one just to see. A successful kidney shot or cheap shot also reduces the damage dealt by the target by 50% for 6 seconds after the effect fades. So I don't exactly know what all these are, kidney shot and cheap shots, but I think like some kind of like temporary CC. So I think I think so. They like stop you from doing stuff for a little while. So then after the effect's worn off, once you can actually do stuff again, your damage is reduced by 50%, which is pretty cool, I have to say. But again, that gives them more opportunity to jump out of shadows and rape you before you can do anything about it, which I'm not a big fan of, personally. But, you know, I'm sure brilliant. My phone always goes off in these, seriously. Yeah, so I've completely lost my train of thought now. Yeah, so it's another thing that they can use to pop out and kill you. It's not a bad thing. Well, it is for me, but I'm sure the little rogues love it. Combat readiness. Enter into a state of heightened awareness, deflecting enemy weapon strikes while with increasing effectiveness. Successive attacks will deal 10% less damage per application, stacking 5 times. Lasts for 20 seconds, but if 10 seconds elapse without any incoming weapon strikes, the state will end. Yeah, so they deflect weapon strikes, so they do 10% less damage per application. So I'm guessing if they attack you, then that's a stack, and then if they attack you again, it's another stack. So it'll do 20% less, and then 30% less, and 40% less, and 50% less, and then it'll end. But that's pretty cool. That's a bit of survivability there. Like most of these are PvP focused, I'd say. Maybe the interrupt one could be PvE focused slightly, depends on how much damage is actually done by it, if it's, if it can be used or not. If not, then I don't know. Most of these seem PvP focused to me, the level 30 ones. Anyway, we'll get on to level 45 ones. Cheat Death. An attack that would otherwise be fatal will instead reduce you to no lower than 10% of your maximum health, and damage taken will be reduced by 80% for 3 seconds. This effect cannot occur more than once per 90 seconds. That's pretty awesome again. That's like, is it Cauterize for a mage? It just works a little bit different. But yeah, it's pretty similar to that, so that's pretty cool. I don't know why you'd need that much though, like, unless these other ones aren't as good. But for the most part, I can't really see why you'd need that one in PvE anyway. PvP, obviously, you can tell why it would be good. Next one, Leeching Poison. Coat your weapons with a poison that lasts for 1 hour. Subsequent weapon strikes against the poison target will heal you for 10% of damage dealt. That is amazing. That is just awesome. You could use that in PvE still. Obviously, it probably wouldn't be as good as your the poisons that you put on your weapons, but that is pretty damn awesome. Again, PvP, that would be amazing. If you put that poison on the target and then just keep battering away with him, because if rogues have got insane speed, and their auto attacks come frequently, so I could imagine that would be ridiculous. That would be awesome. It doesn't say how often it happens. I'm guessing is that constantly for all the time? If it is, that's quite overpowered. Normally things like this, they can't occur more than once every so often, but this one doesn't seem to have that. So you can just keep battering away at them, and say you do, like what at the moment, a rogue open say does about 25k if it crits. 10% of that, 2.5k. Yeah, it's not that much, but if he's doing auto attacks for say 10k or whatever, that's another 1,000, and he keeps doing that and keeps doing that. It will build up so quickly, and it will become pretty damn hard to kill a rogue unless you can CC them and get away from them, stop them from actually doing any damage. Then that could be pretty deadly. It's a 3-second cast. Ooh, I didn't notice that. So a rogue's got to stand there and go, and then go. I wonder if you can do it while stealthed. If you can do it while stealthed, that would be awesome for them, not me. I really should roll a rogue. I've got so much frustration about rogues. I should just make one and rape people with it, but I've never really done that. So yeah, that's pretty cool. If you can do it while stealthed, overpowered. If you can't, that's fine. I'm quite happy with that spell. Improved Recuperate. Causes your Recuperate ability to restore an additional 1% of your maximum health, and reduces all damage taken by 6% while your Recuperate ability is active. Sorry. Alright. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Additional 1%. Obviously, if you've got 100k health, that is 10,000. No, it's not. It's 1,000. I'm really good at maths. Yeah, so it's not that much, but again, it is a reasonable amount. So as you can see, all of these are around survivability and some healing, that sort of stuff, or not taking damage. So that's pretty cool. Level 45. Personally, I'd take Leeching Poison out of all of those, because that is awesome. Love that. Even in PvE, you can see the use of that, because like with a hunter, if you've got the Glyph of Raptor Strike, It's so helpful in like raids when there's a lot of AoE damage, and you just, you know, you Raptor Strike the boss, and then you take 20% less damage. It's so helpful. And with that, if you hit that as you're going into a massive like AoE damage phase, then it will be so much so helpful on all your healers if you've got this. Like, you can just keep doing what you're doing. You can just keep swinging, going crazy, but you'll be healing yourself, and your healers will love you for that. I can guarantee it. Right, level 60. Preparation. When activated, this ability immediately finishes the cooldown on your Sprint, Vanish, Cloak of Shadows, Evasion, Dismantle, and Smoke Bomb abilities. So that's like a readiness for hunters. Don't really need to go much into detail of that, because it does what it says on the tin. It's awesome. That is pretty cool. Shadow Step. This is now available for all specs. Right, take this into account. Step through shadows and appear behind the enemy. It's the same as what it was, but it's in your talent tree, which is separate to your specialization. Don't forget this. So you can have Shadow Step as any rogue now. I think it was subtlety before. I think Shadow Step was subtlety. Don't quote me on this because I'm not a rogue expert. But having Shadow Step on assassination would be pretty awesome, if it's not already. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Next one, Burst of Speed. Increases movement speed by 70% for 4 seconds. If you are afflicted by any movement impairing effects, activating this ability will instead remove any such effects and grant immunity to their reapplication for 4 seconds. So, say you get rooted, you pop this, you're no longer rooted. It's kind of like Hand of Freedom, but just for yourself. And then they can't redo it for 4 seconds, which is pretty awesome. But if you haven't got any movement impairing effects, you'll just go and run. That'd be pretty awesome. So it's a secondary sprint, really. So if one sprint isn't enough, get 2. That's all I can say. It'd be pretty cool to have 2 sprints. Anyway, level 75. Deadly Brew. Whenever you apply one of your poisons to a target, you also apply crippling poison. Pretty cool. So instead of having to use crippling poison, or I don't think you even use it, do you? I've just said something stupid there. But yeah, you get another poison basically. It's pretty cool. Paralytic Potion. Coats your weapon with a potion that lasts 1 hour. Each strike has a chance to apply a charge of paralytic poison to the enemy. Upon a 5th application, the poison will stun the enemy for 4 seconds. That is awesome. I wonder if you can have paralytic poison and leeching poison. So you've got leeching poison on this hand, paralytic poison on this hand. So you're striking them, healing you with this hand, and you're striking them, and eventually they'll be like, and can't do anything. That is awesome. If you can have both, amazing. Like, honestly, PvP rogues are going to be OP as shit in Mists of Pandaria. They sound awesome though. I might have to actually level mine up. Might go and do that after this video, even though I was meant to be playing Final Fantasy. But you know, it's cool. Got throat problems. I'm gonna have a drink. Bear with me. Right, Dirty Tricks is the next one. Your Gouge and Blind no longer have an energy cost. Okay, and no longer break from damage dealt by your poison and bleed effects. Right, so why have they... I don't think they're super expensive, Gouge and Blind. They're probably like 20 energy, or something like that, 20-30 energy. But still, that is crazy. No, like 2 abilities that don't have an energy cost. That is pretty awesome. Gouge is the one that stuns, is it? I think it's the one that stuns, and so is Blind. Blind does stun as well, but Gouge, you know, it stops and roots them on the spot. I always use this when I was leveling up. I opened with maybe a backstab, like really early level. This is really early. Opened with a backstab, or no, I didn't even do that. I opened, just like went up to him and just smashed him in the face with something like an ability. I think it was like Eviscerate. I think it was Eviscerate. Is that the spell? Is that like... No, Sinister Strike. Sinister Strike. Bloody hell, I'm terrible with rogues. Right, it was Sinister Strike. So I went up to him, Sinister Strike, gouged them, ran around the back, backstabbed, and they were normally dead by that point. If not, I eviscerated. That was just... That's like level 1 rogue stuff. Like ages ago. It's before like you got all the super good stuff at level 1. But yeah, that was my little rotation of every single mob up to about level 15 probably. At that point it was cool, it was good fun. Right, on to level 91s and the last ones. This is Killing Spree, the first one. Step through the shadows to a random enemy within 10 yards, dealing a damaging strike and generating 5 combo points on that target. This ability may be activated multiple times within 5 seconds of its first activation. That is amazing. Like, you just go up to someone, pop 5 combo points, eviscerate or whatever, you know, and then pop it again, 5 combo points, eviscerate, you know, you just keep popping that, eviscerate, that, eviscerate, that, eviscerate, and you're just like blinking around and going, that'd be awesome. I could imagine that being a lot of fun, to be honest, and disorientating if you keep blinking around that much. That'd be quite cool though. I'd support that. Next one, Shadow Dance. Enter the Shadow Dance for 6 seconds, allowing the use of sap, garrote, ambush, cheap shot, premeditation, pickpocket and disarm traps regardless of being in stealthed. So, you know, that's pretty cool. You normally put that into your rotation as far as I know. I'm sure that's in one of the specs because, like, you know, when your vanish is on cooldown you pop this so you can still get your ambushes off and stuff like that. Well, personally I did anyway. I think, well, I don't know, I've never got to this, but I'm sure that's what it's used for. You put it in your rotation at some point. This might not even be in the game, I'm just making shit up, to be honest. I recognise the ability though. Like the fact that you can use abilities while not stealthed that require stealth normally. I'm pretty sure that's in the game at some point already. I really should research this stuff before I do this, but you know. And the last one, Vendetta. Marks an enemy for death, increasing all damage you deal to the target by 20% for 15 seconds. While Vendetta is active, the rogue may deal vengeful strikes to the marked target. Vengeful strikes cost 30 energy, deals 100% weapon damage, 145 with a dagger, has a 30-yard range and generates a combo point. Wow. So you can like mark someone, or like over there, it's 30 yards away, throw like daggers at them basically, and then run up to them and go choppy 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 choppy, and you'll still be doing massive damage. That's pretty cool. 145 weapon damage, 145% weapon damage with a dagger. That's pretty awesome. Have to say. Yeah, so that's the rogue talents. I'm not an expert on rogues. I've probably said a lot wrong and you're probably going to laugh at me in the comments, hopefully. But I hope you found this helpful, or at least informative. Probably not helpful. Just the fact that you now know what the talents are. And again, go to the website, the WoW EU website, or US, depending on where you are. There'll be a Mists of Pandaria link at the side. If you then go to, once that page loads, you go to new features at the top, click that, and then scroll down and there'll be Mists of Pandaria talent trees or talent calculator, something like that. Click on that, you can choose whatever class you want. Monk still hasn't been included. I'm sure they'll do that at some point in the future. But yeah, so that was awesome. Well, it probably wasn't, it was probably a terrible video, but hopefully you'll love it anyway. Don't forget to rate, comment and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Goodbye for now.